Due to other Tesla developments, the Tesla Semi has been neglected lately, but we now have news that it may be closer than we anticipated to hitting the roads. Elon Musk personally assured consumers that Tesla trucks would be available by 2022, but how will the final product be? Out to be, and will Tesla succeed in delivering what it has promised to its customers? The unique and highly effective passenger vehicles produced by Tesla have helped catalyze a worldwide revolution in the field of electric transportation. Elon Musk, the Tesla founder and CEO, announced in November 2017 that the company would enter the commercial transport market with its semi-electric trucks. The Semi is not just any truck, rather it is a zero-emissions freight-hauling cargo machine that outperforms conventional oil guzzlers in all aspects, including driving range, fuel economy, operational expenses, and overall performance. In spite of the lack of developments after 2017, the company has updated its listing on its website to add fresh specifications and pre-orders for the electric transport truck for the first time in years. In a tweet, Musk announced the release of Tesla's 500-mile semi-truck. Tesla also posted a clip of two Tesla semi-trucks approaching the Giga Nevada Supercharger. This Tesla semi-truck has one of the most innovative and streamlined designs we have ever seen on a truck, thanks to its one-of-a-kind cab construction that feels as though it was taken straight from the future, even though it is already ahead of its competitors. In November 2017, Wired reported that the Tesla Semi would have 4 motors akin to those in the Model 3 truck. The new trucks will still boast a number of changes. In spite of the lack of details about the engine, each motor will produce 258 horsepower, totaling more than 1,000 HP. However, we do know that electric vehicles produce a great deal of torque, so we can anticipate that the powertrains will be of the same magnitude. Although the Semi will produce 4-digit torque levels, Tesla has announced that the powertrain will have 3 motors instead of 4. It is likely that Tesla cut a motor because they found that going from 3 to 4 motors gave little performance boost. Further, the additional motor could have been used only for traction regulation and not to increase output. It could also have consumed more energy than it actually did. This is why even with a motor that is less than the Semi loaded with 80 pounds, it can still sprint from 0 to 60 in 20 seconds. In addition to range and charging are also intriguing aspects to consider. The initial advertisement stated a range of 300 to 500 miles and could be charged up 400 miles in 30 minutes. However, a modified phase is now expressed as roughly 300 or 500 miles and mentions that a battery with fast charging, you can charge the car to 70% in just 30 minutes. This means the vehicle with a 500-mile battery capacity could travel 350 miles when fully charged for half an hour. However, you shouldn't just trust this one blindly, since when Elon first introduced the Tesla Semi in 2017, the company was essentially making a large assumption about how battery technology and engineering would advance by the time the vehicle was introduced. At Tesla, no one expected the Semis to be delivered by 2019. It probably was more about securing bookings than anything else, since the technology was simply not available at the time to enable such a long range and such a rapid recharge. In the interim, Tesla has managed to get ahead of themselves. Even though they aren't delivering exactly what they promised, they are quite close, especially considering how lofty the original goal was even when fully reached. When loaded with 82 pounds of goods, Tesla claims the battery consumption is less than 2 kilowatt-hours per mile. Because the range is 500 miles, it is easy to calculate that the battery pack's capacity is less than 1 megawatt-hour. Let's assume the number is close to 2, or at the very least it can be rounded up to 2 without losing accuracy. Therefore, 700 kilowatt-hours of energy must be transferred from charger to Semi within 30 minutes. If we were to recharge 70% of the 1 megawatt-hour battery in minutes, that transfer would require steady power output of 1.4 megawatts, which isn't the case given the varying rates at which EVs are charged. Initially, the power output is rapid, but as the battery charges, it gradually drops. If Tesla wants to achieve what it believes the initial peak charging rate will be, something closer to 2 would probably work. In their current advertising campaign, Tesla is focusing on phases up to 70%. Perhaps they mean that only the 300-mile battery can charge that fast, which would require much less power from the charger. However, for the 500-mile battery to be fully charged, a longer charge time would be required. Similar to what we saw before, there have been significant changes to bookings and prices. Cybertruck, the Tesla Semi homepage, has lost all of its pricing details. One factor behind this could be inflation, which has increased slightly above average in the recent years. When that original price of $180,000 was set, the outcome was entirely predictable. However, now this is not the case, and we have to consider the Inflation Reduction Act proposed by Joe Biden II, which introduces a new dynamic into the mix. According to it, electric commercial vehicles weighing more than 14,000 pounds will be eligible for a new tax credit of 40 Kelvin or 30% of the vehicle's cost, whichever is less. This incentive is likely to apply to the Semi as well, which means Tesla would likely have to raise the price by at least 40 Kelvin without significantly affecting the true cost of the truck to the consumer. Until we receive an answer to that inquiry, a price hike is undoubtedly in the works. As a result, the corporation has disabled new reservations on this. The reserve button has now become an update button, and more information should be available soon. But that is not all. We also have our first updated photos of the Tesla semi-truck cabin as seen by the driver. In all candor, there isn't much to do or see. It resembles the first prototype's interior very closely, with the main difference being an enhanced steering wheel. The yoke steering wheel features capacitive touch controls similar to those on the Model S and Model X as a result of the large amount of glass covering the front of the vehicle and dipping into the trunk. The panels that cover it extend all the way up to the doors in order to improve the aerodynamics of the Semi. Tesla removed the door mirrors to create a more aerodynamic vehicle, replacing them with cameras positioned at the back. You can feed to the screens within the truck, but it goes against the standard truck setup. If you have any questions regarding today's topic or want to share something that is related to the video, then feel free to share your thoughts in the comment sections below. And if you are new to the channel, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Thank you for watching the video. Best of luck and goodbye.